Hey, hi, welcome to this again engaging and value added video in the series. Today, I'm going to talk about the three ways to increase case acceptance for dental practice. Before we move forward to see that what are those three the factor, but before that, I wanted to highlight that what are the important metrics you need to measure in your dental practice. You may be knowing or you may not be knowing that. First one is that number of inquiries. Second, number of consultation, and third one is that number of patients, and fourth important factor, and this is the very critical factor, is that the case acceptance ratio. If you don't increase this case acceptance ratio, and whatever the inquiries you are expecting and whatever the consultation, there's no use, because the case acceptance ratio will give you the more revenue. It's not more inquiries, it's not more consultations. Of course, there will be a flow like this, but the most of the dentists see that I don't have more inquiries. Of course, that could be the one factor. But how about you are working on increasing the case acceptance ratio of your dental practice? For that, there are three factors I'm going to talk. Before moving forward, hi, myself Inayat, founder Go Systemizer Consulting Company and a dental growth engine. It is specifically for the dentist. We are helping dentists to scale and grow dental practice wherever you are located in the world. So now coming to the point, what are those three important points? It may looks very simple, but these are very, very important and it is critical for your business. First and foremost is that the creating a time to sell. I'll repeat, creating a time to sell. What is that means? Let's say in dental practice, you are creating a time for consultation, you're creating a time for diagnosing, you're creating a time for treatment and delivery. And when asked that, how much time you spend to sell, and it may be hardly kind of 2 to 3 minutes or maybe one single word. That's why the biggest mistake most of the dentists do. Let's say, for example, you need to reserve minimum maybe 15 to 20 or maybe 30 minutes is more comfortable. Why? Because you need to create a time for selling. Let's say, for example, 1 hour you are spending for with that patient after maybe diagnosing something. You need to spend at least maybe 30 minutes for selling. Why? Because let's say some high value treatment, maybe FMR, maybe implanta, maybe aligner, those are the high value treatment. If you say that Indian rupees, maybe minimum kind of 50,000 to maybe 1 lakh or 2.5 lakhs, or maybe $1,000 USD to maybe 1,200 or maybe 2,000 USD. And this amount is the maybe 50% of that monthly revenue, or maybe some maybe 75% of monthly revenue you are asking for dental treatment. In that case, if you are not spending some time to realize the problem, to understand what is the consequences and how that the payment options and everything, if you are not giving enough time and if you are not ascending, or maybe if you are not taking step by step, that patient will never convert as a for your treatment, because it's a huge amount of money. They need some time to think, right? Because of that, you need to spend some time on selling. It's not just a random, it is a proper step by step, with maybe initially use the script, write down what need to ask, what need not to ask, and everything. But what is the biggest mistake I saw the dentists do is that they will do everything, they will diagnose, they will ask everything, something, and then finally they say the one word, this is maybe 1 lakh or maybe 1,000 USD, and that's all, and they leave like that. And first and foremost, that you should not move forward to asking money. Before that, you should ask by explaining that all the things, do you want to proceed or not? If the person don't want to proceed at all, then what is the use of telling the money part, right? These are all comes under the creating that time for selling, and there are process steps involved. You need to follow those if you want to increase your case acceptance ratio. And number two, the important the step involved here to increase the case acceptance ratio for your dental practice is simplifying the process. Let's say I saw the most of the dentists will start telling some technical jargons that may not be understood by even educated people, because you know the better as a dentist, but I as a just a technical person, or maybe some engineer or some other teacher or doctor, something else, right? I may not knowing those technical words. And instead of what you need to do, that you need to talk very specific to the person with for the specific problem. Let's say, for example, implanta. So what you need to do, focus on that instead of just telling, take maybe some x-rays, some model, some animation, and tell that what are the issues and what you diagnose and what are the consequences if you don't take now these steps, and what will be the future issue may happen. And you make have to make that person to realize what is the consequences if he or she miss now. That's what you need to do. And here is the biggest thing is that you need to work some on intensifying the pain. That means if he or she doesn't want to proceed right now, and what is the consequences? It may be bone loss, or it may be muscle loss, or something issue may come, and that's where you are agitating the pain or maybe intensifying the pain. The second is the simple thing is that you need to keep the everything in simple, precise, because in this time you need to even go for the selling as well, right? This is the third point. Sorry, second point. And third, coming to the third point, that having discussing with, let's say, for example, third point, maybe the having the production meeting with the staff. What does that means? That means you may be having a one receptionist, right? At least you may have one, or maybe you have multiple things. It's very necessary that your first maybe 15 to 20 minutes you are spending every day morning to discuss what was happened and what is planned today, and what is planned for tomorrow as well. And with that, you are setting the goals, you are setting the expectation from the staff, so that they can work towards your goals. And this is the biggest mistake I see the most of the dentists. They even uh, don't talk about the goals, they don't talk about the KPIs, they don't talk about the revenue required for the next couple of months, or maybe for the next quarter. And this is the biggest mistake. And most of the people will working on the very random way without having the goals, without having the KPIs. And this is the very biggest the mistake that the doctors do. And how it will impact the case acceptance. Let's say, for example, you set 10 KPI, you set the goal to your receptionist, or maybe front desk, or maybe sales coordinator, and he or she will work towards achieving that goal instead of you only alone working on that. Right? I think these 3 points make sense to you to implement and increase your revenue for your dental practice. Hey, I think if you got this some value with this, and I'm here, Inayat, founder, Go Systemizer, and Dental Growth Engine, specifically for dentists. We are helping the dentists to grow and scale the dentistry with the help of the system, process, and automation, and bringing the high value patients for your practice. If you are someone looking to get some help from us, yes, of course, you can click the below. There is a description. In the description, there is a link. You can fill the form, or you can maybe comment in the comment, so that we look forward how we can work together that. Okay. With that, I hope this video gives some value to implement in your practice and grow your practice. With that, if you again like this video, if you like, and share, subscribe if you want, and if you want more this kind of value added videos for your dentist. Okay. With that, take care till the next video.